Okay. Again, we are back, and we know why we're back. We are back here because we're gonna do Drake and Kendrick Lamar's reading. I woke up this morning and that was what was on my feed, and I'm like, this is out fucking outrageous in a really amazing, like, tarot reading way. Like, I was really excited because I get to read this. So I was like, this is great. This is great for me. May not be for them, but it is for me. All right, like, subscribe, do all the things. I'm going to get right into this because I have a little bit of an introduction here, so hold tight. If you don't like it, then go to the timestamp and move on. Got it? Okay. So, the two of them, I'm going to get their astrology out there real quick. We have Drake, who is a rapper, and he was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and he was born October 24th, 1986 at 2:31 a.m. in the morning. He is a Canadian recording artist, a rapper, a songwriter, and an actor, and he was born in Canada. He is Scorpio. Moon sign is a Cancer. Kendrick Lamar was born Compton, California, United States in June on the day of the 17th, 1987 at 3:04 p.m. He is an American hip-hop recording artist, and again, he is from California. I believe he is a Gemini. Moon sign in it is a Pisces. So let's just get into this reading because I'm super excited about this. I'm going to go over a few things real quick to make sure that we cover our bases. Anyway, we're just going to make sure we don't miss shit, okay? How about that? Okay, so apparently Kendrick Lamar and Drake traded tracks, or diss tracks, I guess, Friday night, and that was kind of the latest in this long week of diss tracks. So this has been a theatrical, lyrical feud of the for years to come, I guess. I don't know. Following this week, there was a bomb dropped, and this was definitely dropped by... Which one was this? Lamar. So Lamar's the one who dropped this first bomb, and it was Euphoria 616 in LA. And Drake finally responded by Friday with what was called Family Matters, which that alleged a lot of infidelity in Kendrick Lamar's relationship, and kind of talked about some of his family relationship. On the 7-minute track, I guess Drake also hit back at some other known rappers, which, like... Okay, why are we doing that? Anyone who had provoked him, including Metro Boomin, Rick Ross, Future, A$AP Rocky, and The Weeknd. But that's not the only ones. There's just, those are just a few of them, okay? I'm not repeating any of these lyrics because I'm not doing that. So, Drake basically tells Lamar in the track that you're a dog, you know it, you play like you're not, and basically said that your wife is kind of like, save me, and you did her dirty, and you're trying to make peace. Every man in America. Okay, so it's almost as if, like, the entire time, though, Lamar was kind of like waiting. He was waiting for this. He's kind of like just lying in the wait, and emerged with yet another theatrical diss track. And that was actually called Meet the Grams, which is written letter to Drake's son, Adonis. And this focused on Drake's family life and alleged that the rapper actually has a secret daughter that nobody is aware of. If you all want to know what the lyrics are to this, just go ahead and check it out. I'm not getting on anybody's bad side. He did even talk to Drake's dad, Drake's mom, kind of talking about how, like, basically you gave birth to a psychopath, someone who has gambling addictions, you raised a horrible person, and the nerve of this song, honey. Woo! I can't even deal. The third verse, though, is written in Drake's alleged secret daughter, and talks about how, like, basically, your father is not an activist in your world, but, you know, he's a narcissist, so don't fucking believe him. You should be being taught other things other than that you are not welcome to be around him in this world. While Friday night's lyric battle ended over 2 rounds, Drake did a pop up on social media, and he did sort of kind of respond to Lamar's hidden daughter claim. So he did post a video. And there's a little text that says, "Nah, hold on. Could someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send her to me? These guys are in shambles." Sir, we all know about this. We've all known about this. This is not news. I mean, to the elderly. I mean, I'd known about this. Okay, anyway, the beef between the two, and kind of Drake was versus everybody, was sparked weeks ago by Drake and J. Cole's dragging verse in Future and Metro Boomin's Like That. So J. Cole initially responded with his own 7-minute drill and a track, and he later said he regretted it during his speech. Come on, don't be throwing the shots and then apologizing. It's like, you are in or you're out. But I think that's weird. Anyway, ultimately, Taylor Made's freestyle was removed following its controversial and potentially suable use of Tupac Shakur and Snoop Dogg. Yeah, you don't want to do all that. Okay, let's get into this reading. We're 6 minutes in. Here we go. I don't know what I'm reading. Let's just find out between the two of them what's going on. I would like to know. The viewers want to know, right? Let's find out their energy kind of towards each other, how they feel about each other. Kind of like a love reading. It's like you two are in love. I'm just saying. Y'all are in love if you're writing poems about each other and it's nonstop. Like, why don't you guys just go out on a date, hold hands, and have a nice dinner? Okay, here we go. Finding all out what we can do here as far as like how they feel about each other, what's going on, kind of the initial beginning of the relationship, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so 4 swords. Of course we got the 4 swords. Okay. Okay. So 4 swords over on Drake's side is just giving me doesn't really know his limits vibes. Doesn't know any boundaries, is not clear on any kind of investment in maybe taking some communication classes. I don't know. This person does not have any limits. This is not, it's just giving, I don't give a shit. There's no stability here. It's just not very secure. And it's very uncomfortable to probably watch or be around, but that's what it's giving over on his end of the relationship. Again, there was no limits, there was no boundaries, and that could have been for, himself or for the people around him. He could have just made it like, when people don't have boundaries, sometimes they get taken advantage of, and then maybe he just got sick of it and just started talking shit. But if you don't have any limits, especially when it comes to communication, even thinking, I just feel like the thoughts here, the choices, the decisions even in this relationship had a lot to do with the issue. What made the imbalance in the relationship? Well, that would be it. That's what I'm finding anyway. It's just, this is it. Over on his end of things, there's a lot of blame going on with Kendrick Lamar. So he's actually very invested in just kind of taking the blame, but that's more within his mind. He's not going to tell anybody that. He does take the blame. He does struggle, with this and making this work. He feels selfish in whatever is going on here. There is blocked thinking. When you're blocked in thinking, you're not able to communicate, and there's no justice. So I feel like any agitation or stress or anxiety is just going straight into those lyrics, because this is just kind of blocked thinking, just very much in a place where it just doesn't feel fair, whatever Drake's doing. So he feels, very stuck in his head about it. And when we're stuck in the head and we're stuck in the ego, we're going to make theatrical, lyrical tracks. That's just what it is. How do we kind of like emotionally feel about each other here, boys? He's emotionally blocked, duh. Drake's, held back, of course, with this Ace of Cups in reverse. That's just giving all sorts of, I just don't feel like it. I don't want to, deal with this. I don't want you to ignore me, but it's like he's trying to control, what he can about how he feels. So the ability to be in a place where he's, feeling receptive to love or feelings, there's just no feelings here. He is trying to control that. He is trying to hold that back. So there, once where there was flowing emotion, it's no longer there. But I don't think it was probably emotion, more or less probably obsession. From the feeling I'm getting from him, he doesn't necessarily feel those normal emotional feelings. I don't think he is right. So run. Okay. Over on the end over here for our Kendrick Lamar, I'm not biased, or I'm not trying to be biased. I don't think I am. I think I'm doing a good job. I just feel like one is worse than the other. But again, that could be the other way too. I don't know. I do feel like over on his end, as far as emotionally feeling about this other person, he just feels like he's in his money. He feels like, just kind of like in a place where it's like he's learned to control things on the outside so nobody sees that person that clearly. So he feels like he has a closed mind. He feels like he is miserable and he's delulu. He feels like that he has no emotion. He doesn't feel things, and he's very clear on what he thinks of him. No stability. He physically just cannot even deal with this. He physically is in a place where it's hard to change this person. This person is stubborn. That's how he's feeling. He's just like, how do we navigate this? How do we navigate this? How do we get through this? What is this? How do we, are we able to? Over on Drake's side, it's just all about there's just too many rules. And that's kind of how he loses things on relationships. He doesn't want to conform to this. He doesn't want to dive into anybody's beliefs. He has his own, and he's very clear on what it is that he wants. He's very clear in the crisis. He's very clear in conflict, and in any instability or chaos. He's very clear on the fact that he just doesn't give a shit when he's going through it. He has his inner guru. He has somebody he listens to on the inside. Whether that's delusional or not, I don't fucking know. It's up to you to think that or feel that, whatever. Over on this end, anything to get Lamar through this situation. It's just, again, he is trying to utilize his free spirit. He's trying, to not be very difficult in this sort of situation, but it's like he's going to come off as the charming hero in this. I mean, obviously, he's just wonderful, but there's just big sexual appeal to him. There's a big flirting appeal to him. The physical doesn't look bad. It's like he's always looking good. I mean, he looks like, he's supposed to. But in this moment, he will come off the hero. He'll come off, the most charming, the most free, the most spiritually intertwined in the situation. That's the desire here. Okay? Even if there's an erraticness or a difficultiness, the primal idea here is that this person is good looking, and that's where we're going. We're going to go with this guy. He's attracted. He's going to attract himself through this whole entire thing. Okay. Let's get into anything as far as the biggest distractions here between the two of them is that there is lack of action or lack of control. I mean, obviously, we've been up all night singing to each other. There is slow progress in this relationship. Like, what are you two doing? You're just singing to each other. You're like two little birds and you're back and forth singing. And it makes sense. It does. There's a lot of restriction here. It's a lot about not taking their time, and it's a lot about the progress here is slow because there is no action. There was no energy in good intention here. I mean, it's all very dangerous. It's all very much in a place of no intention. So that is the big distraction between the two. I mean, quite honestly, anything really wrapping around that is that there is some sort of true, there's some truth, I guess, when the two of them kind of get into a place of self-realization or get into a place where, they're really trying to be open with what they're doing here. But the fear of judgment and just wanting to be redeemed, it's huge here. And the stability lacks. I mean, they're not invited to shine, either one of them, when they're, dealing with each other. That's a huge issue in taking control and putting action into the relationship. So they decided to say, fuck it, let's just fight, and we'll sing to each other for the rest of the week, and probably make a bunch of fucking money off of it. I'm sure of it. It is kind of like a forever vibe, though. So it will forever kind of be lingering within our world and our universe. And we'll always know about this situation. It will always be a fucking thing. Kind of bringing up old things, too. I guess anything that we could add here? I don't know. I just feel like, what is it that we can do to move on here? As far as Drake, he's just gonna, do his thing. So he's fine. He's like, his completion is good life, health, serenity. Okay, he is secure. He's very much in a place where he's valuing everything financially, obviously, and he's abundant in all of that. But he's kind of feeling complete in this very stable place where he's he's got the physical world success. He doesn't give a shit about all the other things. He doesn't lack the common sense, or he doesn't think he does. He does work and he does earn rewards, so he doesn't really need to change or be in a place where he needs to change. He's feeling complete, feeling like he has a good life, money's fine, that's it. He doesn't really have a plan here to move forward. I mean, this is his ending, would be just about him, which kind of wraps and sums things up. Over on this end of things, to kind of move on here and get into an upcoming future, just trying to really add to his self-care once again, because it's almost like there was this, the physical really matters to this person, and the intuition, and just kind of trying to be successful and just having a balance in security, giving and receiving. And I feel like the efforts here are very, very important to this person physically and through financial. But I do think that there's just kind of I'm not going to be able to move forward if I can't love myself. So I'm going to have to stop doing this shit and, get back into that self-care, take care of myself. I ain't got time for that. That doesn't have any security for me. So that's kind of over on his end. Likely outcome here. Okay. So the likely outcome is, it's very clear there's some hidden feelings over on Kendrick Lamar's, or Lamar Kendrick, whatever. He has the healer energy, or just like a very silent potential to be in that type of place. I do feel like there's going to be a secret revealed, though. Okay? I mean, as if there hasn't already been that. It's like he wants to, remember this in the most positive place, I guess, possible. But it's like there's a lot of heavy hidden feelings that he's having about the situation. So it's just like the silent potential here, or the healing energy, or the healingness that he is able to provide for others. It's there. It's full force, but it's like, whatever the secret is, it weighs heavy on him. So there's definitely some sort of a secret. And again, he's trying to remember Drake and positivity and just try to maybe move forward, and that's upcoming. But it's like very difficult when there is hidden feelings and when there is a secret. He knows things about Drake. I mean, obviously, he's just said a whole bunch of shit. And like, I just don't think he'd go out on the diving board if he wasn't meant to jump. I just don't think he would do that. It's like, what's the point of going out there, taking a picture, and that weird picture with all, the stuff in it of Drake's, and then like singing this song? It's like, you better know what you're talking about, sir. That's all I gotta say. Likely upcoming outcome for Drake is definitely just really finding some sort of realization, really breaking through, having some new ideas here, and really shedding some sort of light to maybe himself or the situation, just wanting to clear away any debris. Okay, so anything that really takes away his peace, any kind of overthinking or being stuck in your head, he's done with that. He wants to be versatile. He wants to make decisions, communicate. He wants to focus, honey. He ain't got time for all this shit. He wants to move forward, though, for sure. Bottom line here, though, between the both of them, there is a lack of self-control. Duh. Okay? Self-doubt. Duh. I mean, this would be a great time for the two of them to actually kind of like come together and join forces and add intentions to this. I mean, this could be something, and maybe that's what they're doing. I mean, you never freaking know. You never actually know, because this could be a big scene that they're making so they can make money off of these theatrical tracks that they're laying down. I do think, as far as this issue, it's just the relationship issues. There's a dominance issue. There's just, wanting to kind of be, better than the other. And it's just like, it's kind of an old story. It's just like lacking that self-control, lacking the courage to mend their relationship. Just kind of coming to terms with the fact that this is a little dangerous. I mean, this is, a lack of direction. There's no action here, especially when it's so reckless. It is, and it causes a lot of imbalance. But yeah, that's the bottom line. Of course it is. I gotta get out of here. This video is long enough, so I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening. Please make sure you come check back for any other tarot readings and check back for any new feuds and BTS. Check that playlist out. Hangman Tarot. Bye.